Hmm. Hmm. Ooh, things are looking good today. Ladies and gentlemen, things are looking really good today. Before we get started, I have to say something very quickly to all of you. For those of you in my mentorship program in the Discord and the Trading Signals channel, I have posted a Goliath of a metaverse coin that is coiled so tight, I believe it is about to run. For those of you in my OnlyFans, you also get access to that metaverse high ROI potential coin. And finally, very quickly to all of my Udemy students, I am having some issues logging into my account and have been for the past week. But once I get that resolved, I'll make sure to post a couple new lectures in there very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, that hidden gem that I just posted is something that I believe is in the middle of a perfect storm with crypto. It's an NFT and metaverse coin hidden in the top 400 cryptos on the planet, and I believe it can make it into the top 100. Please take a look, as I believe it's going to run very, very soon. Now, with that being said, let's get into the content for the day. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here, and I have aggressive levels of bullishness to give you this entire video. We see that Bitcoin has passed its all-time high to $66,000. We see that Ethereum has passed its all-time high to $4,800. We see that XRP is beginning to do a little something. We know our precious likes to take its time. It's going to happen. Once it does happen, it'll be very quick. But guys, with all that being said, I have to let all of you know this feels very 2017-esque to me. Let me give you some comparisons, specifically with Ethereum. Ethereum is at $4,800. All-time high prices have been achieved. The reason, partially, is due to the NFT mania. The reason is because utility and adoption of the network are happening. In 2017, we had the ICO craze, which lasted for about half a year. Truly, the peak of the mania lasted for half a year. Everything was an ICO, and because ICOs were launching upon Ethereum, Ethereum went all the way to $1,400. Now, the NFT space is being dominated by Ether. This is why its price is going up and climbing. Ether 2.0 will be coming out in 2022, in my opinion, after a massive market correction. I think Ether will go another leg up when Ethereum 2.0 comes out. Raoul Paul believes this will be a short-lived correction, and then we continue into the moon and beyond. I tend to agree. We see that the mainstream is willing to adopt NFTs, not the JPEGs, but the underlying tech. The underlying tech of NFTs is revolutionary. That can't be forgotten. But the reason I'm talking about Ethereum right now is because ETH 2.0 is going to be more centralized. ETH 2.0 will be a security, in my opinion. Ethereum was given a free pass, I believe, because of Hinman, Clayton, and plenty of backdoor corruption. Before we continue with anything else, I have to show you Gary Gensler calling Ethereum back in the day a security. Remember the Ripple SEC case and how Ethereum is at the heart of this. Why was Ether given a free pass when it did do an ICO? This is at the heart of the case. And the fact that the current SEC chair is who he is and has stated this makes me raise an eyebrow.
Arcane Test, this 4-point test, has been up to the Supreme Court numerous times since, and it is basically U.S. law. Could it be changed? Could Congress change something? Yes, but this is U.S. law. And so for those of you that want to get up, walk out, throw me out of the room, just think through. Is the investment for something of value? Did somebody give you Bitcoin? Did somebody give you Ether when you're selling your token? Do you have a common enterprise? I probably made some news earlier this week saying I think Ether itself, or the Ethereum Foundation in 2014, passed this test, but that's in essence because they took Bitcoin for Ether. There was a common enterprise. I'm talking 2014, the Ethereum Foundation. There was a reasonable expectation of profits right in their offering. There was a 50% appreciation in the 42-day offering. And it was relying on the efforts and promoters of others. In essence, the Ethereum Foundation, or maybe a few months later when Joe Lubin set up Consensus, but on others. Now, the Securities and Exchange Commission will sort that through, and they'll sort through not just the 1,000 ICOs, but they're actively looking at all the large cap tokens. And they should, because the market needs clarity. The uncertainty as to whether Ether is or is not a security, it could exist for months, but at some point in time, it's worthwhile to sort of settle that down or have it fall into the courts and have some district court or appellate court address it.
Ladies and gentlemen, there has been an interesting series of events plaguing the crypto space for a long time. Gary Gensler, the current SEC chair, we saw back in June, he had a private meeting on a Sunday afternoon with Elizabeth Warren. 1 month later, Elizabeth Warren asked the SEC to bring clarity to the crypto space with powerful regulations. Now we see that Gary Gensler's daughter has an internship with Senator Warren. Things are beginning to make much more sense to me as time continues. You see, Gary Gensler, he was speaking truth in this video that I just played you. Now, he is speaking politics, and he's speaking corruption. Gary Gensler could right now settle these things that are happening to XRP. What we see here from John Deaton is that if the judge finds that XRP is not a security, that the SEC did not give fair and adequate notice to the market, if they actually get a ruling and win, that's going to stop Gensler's jurisdictional approach to crypto, because at that point in time, the SEC would only have jurisdiction over a pure ICO. What Gary Gensler is trying to do is give the SEC as much power as possible, but we have videos and evidence from him showing a difference of opinion, a flip-flop, if you will. You see, this lawsuit, this is not Gary Gensler's lawsuit, this is Jay Clayton's lawsuit that Gensler inherited. This discovery deadline has been pushed back to January, and what that means for all of you is, it feels like we have to wait longer. Regardless of any of that, XRP will be the first crypto in the entire space with the level of technology that it has to have full-blown clarity in the market. Ethereum, in my opinion, has been stifling innovation with the conflicts of interest and the lobbying they've done to these politicians. But now with XRP and Ripple, they have, in my opinion, the law on their side. They're going to get away scot-free. And when that happens, all hell will break loose in this market as new all-time highs will be here. Now, right now, we're going to reach all-time highs regardless. The reason is because we're in a bull market. XRP just tends to move last. But once we have that clarity, the utility and adoption will come. That is why this Ripple swell event, in my opinion, is going to be so powerful, as it's happening tomorrow and the day after. What all of you need to understand is the past 2 Ripple swell conferences, they've let powerful pieces of information out of those. Now, we didn't get the price action we wanted, but now this is a bull run. If they announce plenty of partnerships, developments, and hint that adoption and utility of XRP is accelerating, then we can explode in value. I believe this price is coiled so tight anything can let it loose, and this may be something powerful to look out for. Stay tuned in the next few days for what could come out as swell. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you had heard on my channel me discuss this before. The XRP perfect storm, a settlement, the Flare network, speculation FOMO, as well as an eventual Ripple IPO and other things. But right now we have to see something very quickly. XRP holders are getting 30% of the total initial supply of 100 billion tokens. Another 22 will be distributed via liquidity mining over the next 7 to 8 years to those who move assets from compatible chains onto Songbird. The 4 blockchains Flare will connect to have a collective market cap of over $150 billion. And if they somehow merged it, it would instantly become the number 3 blockchain. Adding smart contract capability to chains that are already worth billions of dollars could be quite impactful for all of them. After all, DeFi completely turned Ether's fortunes around, following the initial coin offering bust that knocked 90% of the value of Ether. Remember earlier in this video, I discussed how this is very similar to 2016 and 2017 when we had the ICO craze. That was what was sending Ethereum to the moon. Now we have NFTs. Now we have DeFi. Now we have the metaverse. Guys, I am so bullish on this entire space and all technology. All of this is going to turn us into billionaires. If you don't turn into a billionaire from this opportunity in the next decade, you'll surely become a millionaire. You don't even need to be a tech genius to do this. You just have to know that this is where the world is going. Put some money in and wait. The more involved you are, the more money you'll make. But that is up to you and your level of effort. Right now we have Ethereum as the top smart contract blockchain on the planet. But this is very true. Written just a few days ago, it states attacks on Ethereum 2.0 is possible. But developers outlined a fix before the merge. Look, listen, let me make this clear. I'm sure Ether is going to be very successful. But it is antiquated technology. It is the first generation blockchain. I'm sure Ethereum 2.0 is going to be successful, and I actually think once it launches, it will pass Bitcoin in total market cap. That will be great for the entire crypto market, as it will take us past Bitcoin being number 1. But then, it's going to pave the way for things like XRP and things like Hedera to take over the market, because those are scalable solutions. Any money I've ever thought of putting into Bitcoin, I put into XRP instead. Any money I'd put into Ethereum, I've put into Hedera Hashgraph instead. The reason is because I'm investing in the future, not what is today. That is what makes me a contrarian investor, and that's what all of you are doing as well. You see, today in this video, I stated a 70% correction is coming. I put that in the title of this video, and that's because it's true. We have this, the infamous Squid Game, the rug pull of all rug pulls. We saw this priced at a couple $100 just 1 week ago. And now it's at 37 cents. You see, the reason I know there's going to be a 70% crash in crypto, and that's probably conservative too, it's because of things like this. After the ICO craze, we saw a bear market. Boom, ICOs wiped out. Now, crypto is at the forefront of regulators' agenda. Squid Games is a rug pull that will bring on regulation of crypto. More rug pulls are happening. More exit scams will continue. NFTs have plenty of drugs and money laundering going on within them. That in fact does need regulation. That will bring a collapse to the market. We have the stock market as well as an external variable to watch out for. But I don't think it's going to be a 4-year bear market. I think that when it comes after this bull run is over, it's going to be a cataclysmic crash that's going to scare the living bejeezies out of the retail investor. The retail investor always loses. The institutions always win. Right now we see that the institutions, they don't really have as much money as they'd like to have in this space. And to me, that tells me that they need to crash prices to get those rock bottom entry points. Make the retail investors sell because they're afraid so that they could be positioned correctly. I think it's going to happen because that's what always happens. The compliant cryptos, the ones that are working with the new financial system, will all go to the moon, one by one, coin by coin, utility after utility. All of these will launch as the adoption curve of crypto is here. 2022 and beyond will be life-changing for early crypto utility coin investors, early authentication NFT with utility, and early metaverse investors as well. Cut the bullshit out. Stop investing in scams. Keep your eyes glued to the screen. Make a repeatable crypto system that works. I will warn all of you when to take profits towards the top of this bull run. Remember this. I told all of you in April to watch out for that 50% crash, and now I have clients that are over here preparing, telling me, hey, I didn't listen the first time. I'm going to listen this time. You still have a chance to listen. You still have a chance to prepare. 2020 foresight for what's about to come is necessary, because it will be a damn shame if all of you ride this up, don't take profits, and then have to bag hold. There's no bigger regret than that. We will have a plan. We will execute to perfection. We'll sell at the top, keep some bags for the long term, and then re-enter once we crash. And it's going to be a repeatable, wealth-generating system. Ladies and gentlemen, the weeks and months to come are going to be insane. Keep your eyes glued to the screen, as I have plenty of content to release. I've been diving deep into plenty of projects, plenty of charts, and trying to find the diamonds in the rough. And I think all of you are really going to enjoy the money we're about to make. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to cap off this video for today, I do have to say that my interview with the Hedera Hashgraph privacy lead, Deborah Farber, will be coming out soon. That, along with powerful Hedera Hashgraph announcements, are coming as well. And for all of you that don't get it by now, you're just not gonna get it. Hedera Hashgraph, in my opinion, will replace Ether. It will take some time, but it is going to happen. Ethereum cannot scale the way they want it to, and those high gas fees are not going to cut it on an institutional level. Hedera was made for enterprises, and after this interview that I post, as well as plenty of other information that comes out, you're all going to understand why I've been warning about this gem since all the way back at 1.8 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
I get 24 hours a day just like Bill Gates. I get 24 hours a day just like Beyonce and Jay-Z. You get 24 hours a day, ladies and gentlemen. What do you do with your 24 hours? You need to get more information in our coaching program. All we do is drop content nonstop. And people are like, wow, I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know that. See, you don't even know what you don't know. How did you let me come from behind and clip you? Do you guys know the studies show the better we look, the more money we make? Which means your website should pass the eyeball test. Your truck should pass the eyeball test. Your people should pass the eyeball test. You should pass the eyeball test. Everybody in this room has a promised land somewhere, but you can't be stuck on the city you like. You got to hear God and go to your promised land. Your promised land might be Utah. Your promised land might be Minnesota. Your promised land might be Wyoming. Hear me clearly. You better use your money to get information and access, and you better be flexible, because a real shark is flexible. Can we stop fronting and get real about this thing? And if I can do it, you can do it. I knew nothing about life. I knew nothing about business, but I had the right mindset, and I learned it through sports. And y'all got to hear my story so you understand. I didn't even start on my college basketball team. I came off the bench. At the University of Minnesota, I came off the bench. But in my mind, you can bring me off the bench, but I'm an NBA ball player when you get through talking. When you get through, I'm an NBA ball player. And that's why I would walk around and say, you can't check me. You can't check me. You can't check me. If I was you, I would walk around every day and say, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I declare it right now. I'm worth millions. I'm worth millions. I will receive my salary right now, but I won't accept it as my value. So whatever you receive right now, receive it, but don't you accept it as your value. Because there's more out here for you if you change your mindset.